I think we've made our thoughts on Icebox pretty clear.
Speaking of Icebox, Icebox is back in the pool.
Yes, sir.
Haven is out.
God damn it.
You don't like?
No, this map
I
sucks.
thought Icebox. I feel like that'd be a map you like. Never mind.
No,
that
I don't.
Wasn't Sentinels
You're an
good
aimer.
on Icebox?
Aimers love Icebox.
I just don't like it.
Is it
Like
because
Hannah,
Fnatic was better than you on it?
Oh,
We've officially played the map 5 times. Sorry, Tarek, but I'm not counting that show match. Of those 5 games, we've lost 3 of them. It's our least played map, even behind Breeze. And God knows, we f***ing hate Breeze. So what does that tell you about our Icebox? But, despite hating it, it was somehow the map that made us world champions again. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at how we managed to become the best team in the world by winning on our least favorite map. The first thing to look at is our pistol rounds. Despite being 2 and 3 on Icebox, we're actually 9 for 10 on pistols. This is huge, since pistol rounds are arguably the most important round, since they set the pace for the game, get you an early economic advantage, and just really sets you up for success. So how do you win your pistols? Well, on the defending side, it's simple. You use trap plays, like we did versus Loud in the VCT America's Kickoff Grand Finals game.
So you expect those sheriffs to stay close, hip to hip. Push up towards B, they're gonna get 10s off of the site right away.
It's not only sheriffs, but also a lot of ghosts now. Basically, it's going to become a brawl.
Oh, he stays.
Fundamentals and trades staying over. All of them are blinded! Tez with 3 kills in a round! Last one to go, finally denied by Tui's, but he's all alone. And second, again, the twinsies come out to work.
The round starts with Zelsis playing back on A, with his KJ utility all over the site. Sassy, Zekin, and John QT play towards middle, and Tens, over at B, is playing a forward angle. The idea here is for Tens to take first contact, and then fall back to yellow. John will rotate over to hold the cross. Once Loud crosses, Tens can underhand a flash from yellow and clean up all the blind players. And it goes exactly as we thought it would. With 4 down, Zekin dashes in and gets the final frag. The big thing to take away from this pistol round is that we just kept it simple. Tens gets early info, John confirms Loud is actually committing, Tens throws his flash and hits his shots. But we're not here just to talk about pistol rounds. Another interesting stat from our Icebox is that of the 28 defensive rounds we've won, 22 were won by defusing. So the takeaway is that we're giving up the site and retaking really well. How are we doing this? Well, a lot of it comes down to ults and good trading. Let's take a look at round 7 versus Gen G, where, thanks to Zelsis' lockdown and Gen G fucking up their util, we're able to steal the round.
Big ultimates for them to use to try and get themselves into this. In fact, it's on the other side of things. Do they have anything to deal with Zelsis? This lockdown contacting, walking right now. Finally, the mollies being used to try and take that backside control texture. Oh, he's
lineups.
deep,
Here it comes.
spotted lineups.
Oh, missed!
Against the wall here. Moshpit has to be committed. Will it break?
No, because it needs the fragment as well.
So the additional util just doesn't add up. It was all missed in time. Tens forwards here. There is entertainment. Fragment nade. Does he expect it? No, he does not. Meteor again taking matters into his own hands, and he's snuck himself up into that forward position, but finally dealt with. Shut down. Back here. Cannot withstand it. This pressure is just immense.
Sentinels with a successful retake.
The round starts with a pretty basic 2-2-1 setup. Zekin and Sassy holding B long, Tens and Zelsis holding both sides of mid, and John QT playing back on A. The important thing to note here is that Tens and Zelsis have their ults, which is going to be big on the retake. Gen G goes for a slow A take, creeping up before exploding onto the site. The moment we get wind of an A hit, John is throwing down a molly to delay the plant, and Zelsis drops his ult at Scream. Gen G tries to break the ult by comboing their Mosh and KO molly, but Munchkin whiffs the molly. Gen G gets the bomb down, but has to immediately back off the site because of the lockdown. With all the space to move up and reclaim the site, we're in great position to win this retake. All of Gen G is forced to fight from the A main entrance side. To make matters worse for Gen G, Tens pops his ult as well, so any space they could reclaim through util is immediately snatched away. From here, it's just a matter of trading out kills and hitting shots, allowing us to take the round, losing only 1 player. I can hear you guys already. That round was a fluke. Had Munchkin not fucked up his molly, it would have been totally different. And you know what? You're right. It very easily could have swung in Gen G's favor, had they not fucked up. So, let's look at a different round, where the exact same principles come into play.
They must realize, though, that they got kind of lucky with Munchkin missing the fragment grenade before. Look how good the Flash Dizzy is.
Yeah, just can't break it, can't withstand it. Here comes a lockdown though. It's fast by Sen.
Is there anything to break it?
Pushing back right into the flank. Sassy! He's gone in the open. Didn't withstand it with his gun out.
He thought Gen G were going to fight the lockdown, but the lockdown came too early. Gen G weren't in position for the lineups. Zelsis in mid.
Catching Meteor, crucial to the round. Success. Orb in his face, blooms and blossoms fading away. Here's the footsteps, here's the running con. Zelsis! Awareness off the charts. Pit dropped down too. But dodging that one with the detainment. The Thrash not getting anything. And the decay damage, there it is. Putting in work with Zelsis leading that charge still.
The spike, it went down. Wingman able to plant it in the midst of all of this. But this pit, it's not a post-plant play. It's for Sen to go for the retake.
And they got all that space, still have to clear through this one. Kieron has a snake bite, at least one with the tap. And now they're flooding through onto the side. That left hand flash! Magnificent! Munchkin to deliver. And he's got to stand and do it now. The tap, forcing out the bullets, no more left in the chamber.
It's round 11 of the same game, and we have a similar defensive setup. It's a 2-2-1, but this time, Sassy and John are on B, Tens and Zelsis towards mid, and Zekin solo on A, on top of screens looking to catch any aggression from Belt. Again, we're working with two ults, a KJ lockdown and a Viper's Pit. We see the exact same play from Gen G. They try to move up and take the A site. As soon as Zekin makes contact, Zelsis comes into screens and throws down the same lockdown. Since Gen G doesn't have the established foothold into A site like they did in round 7, they decide to bail on A and run back to B. Unfortunately for Sassy, who was looking for a quick flank, he gets caught out. While it sucks for Sassy to go down like this, he actually gets super important info. He confirms that Gen G is running to B. You can see how John doubles back to B and is able to get into perfect position to drop his Viper's Pit. Gen G is now in an awful position. The Viper's Pit not only bought enough time for the rest of the guys to rotate, but it also covers the bomb site, meaning Gen G has to clear the pit and plant the spike to have any chance in the round. Their one hope is that Meteor can flank under tube and split our attention, but Zelsis is aware and quickly shuts that down. Lakia tries for a desperate Gecko ult to clear the pit and maybe catch us bunched up, but finds nothing since we're all playing out of the pit. That said, the Thrash did buy Gen G enough time to get the spike down, but they all have to run back out of the pit, so their only real option is to defend from B main and yellow. Gen G tries to push us off the defuse using mollies, but they just don't have enough time. We bust out of the pit with a nice pop flash from Tens and manage to trade out frags. In the end, we're able to clean up Gen G and defuse the spike, all thanks to John's Viper's Pit. You can see how in both rounds 7 and 11, our ults buy us so much space to work. We're forcing Gen G back so they have to defend from one position, letting us dictate the fights. If there's one takeaway from this video, it's that when you can take fights on your own terms, through smart utility and good reads, you have every advantage on your side. All you have to do is hit your shots, and if you have shooters like these guys, you can be the best team in the world.